Welcome back to watching Business Morning here on Channels Television. We're still staying on the issue we started, which is the digital economy, financial inclusion. In this case is what we'll be focusing on. And we have yet again from our Abuja studio the president of the Society for Agents Banking in Nigeria, and he's also a financial inclusion specialist, Mr. Shola Bickersteth. Joins us from our Abuja studio. Good morning, Mr. Bickersteth. Thank you for your time this morning.
Good morning, and thank you for having me.
Great. So I'm sure you heard the DG NITDA and talking about their plans and policy, how to capture especially the young minds and boost inclusion in the digital space. Are you impressed with not just what he said, but what you see and know happening around in the country?
Yes, it's important that when the policymakers are stating their intention, we, the followers, should also listen very carefully because we have a role to play in helping to realize what they are planning to do. The DG has stated very clearly that knowledge is the first pillar that they want to focus on for our youths and for the growth of the digital economy and for financial inclusion in Nigeria. That is very impressive. And of course, that is one of the areas that we also advocate for as professionals.
But are the youth really interested in this, or they are more interested in survival? A hungry man will hardly be interested in all of the English and digital and technology, you know. So how do we get their attention to ensure that this is their priority at this time? Because stating it is one thing, getting it done is yet another. Yeah,
that's a very good observation. I'd like to start by what has happened in Nigeria over the years. Let us keep in mind that government comes and government goes. But when they come in, they always come with a policy. Now, 30 years ago, there was no bank called GT Bank in Nigeria. They were licensed in 2001. And of course, some young persons at the time, saw the opportunity and took advantage of it. And like they say, the rest is history. So many big banks today didn't exist 30 years ago. 20 years ago, the telecoms industry came and companies like MTN were licensed. And people were invited to become agents to MTN. Some people laughed at it and didn't see the opportunity. Once again, the rest is history. So many people have made a lot of money and so much employment has gained. 10 years ago, there was nothing called POS agents in Nigeria. CBN introduced the agency banking certification. And today, according to SANEF, 1.7 million Nigerian youths are being employed as what we call POS agents. So there's already evidence that those who take steps to take advantage will benefit, and they will benefit in a good manner. So we really shouldn't be discussing about what is we're going to gain immediately. We should be paying attention to the opportunity that is about to be created. And in another 10 years, all these conversations about digital economy, about financial inclusion, making poverty eradication a priority for the government, some people, some youths, and some business people are going to take full advantage of it. And of course, they will tell the story of how their life became better when this new administration came into place.
Yeah, but I mean, we also have some discouraging factors which would also discourage even the youths that are interested. Infrastructure is one of that. The DG mentioned that. It's a hurdle that has to be surpassed if we really want to, make the space as active as it should be.
Yes, you're right. There will always be challenges. That is normal. What we are saying is that in the middle of those challenges are the exact opportunities that we're looking for. Remember I mentioned telecoms 10 years ago, 20 years ago. In those days, it was a mirage that you could make calls to practically everywhere in Nigeria. Now that infrastructure has been built and the rest is history. New infrastructure is about to be built. I encourage our youths and professionals and Nigerians pay attention, rather than just complaining, take advantage, position yourself so that you can become part of the story of how your life became better when this new administration came. Complain, but take action.
All right. Well, you did mention the move when it comes to telecommunications. You talked about the financial sector. Fintechs now, are being run by really young people. What other opportunity do you see coming our way as a country? And it's not just about the youth. I think when you talk about financial inclusion, you talk about those at the lower strata of the economy. You talk about women also.
Yes. 2 days ago, I believe, the Minister for Finance mentioned that there's a comprehensive plan to make credit, palliatives, available to millions of Nigerians. He mentioned that biometrics is going to be used for that exercise. Some people are going to be employed for that exercise and are going to get paid. So it is not only the people that are going to receive money that are going to benefit from that distribution effort. Some people are going to, in actual fact, the first thousands of youths that will be employed are the youths that will go out there and make these palliative measures possible to millions of Nigerians, to 60 million Nigerians as they've promised. So, of course, this is now the time for those that want to take advantage to start positioning themselves. Now, about a month ago, the Chartered Institute of Bankers of Nigeria introduced the Agency Banking Certification Program for Nigeria. It's a groundbreaking certification. What does it mean? Now, remember I said that there are 1.7 million POS operators in Nigeria today. But there is now an opportunity for them to upgrade and become certified agent bankers. And of course, it means that they can start doing more than just giving cash to people when they need it. They can now be positioned to get involved in real financial services. That will include, having access to palliatives, small business loans. They're not going to jump from one account to another. Somebody has to make that happen. So the combination of technology and knowledgeable individuals is what is going to really deepen financial inclusion in Nigeria. So there's an opportunity as of today for money advisors, experts, financial experts in every village in Nigeria. And those who take steps to prepare themselves and position themselves, for example, taking advantage of the Agency Banking Certification Program of CIBN, will be the ones to tell a good story in a few short months to come.
Yeah, so I like the fact that, because I wanted to ask you, you keep saying they should position themselves and to take advantage. So I wanted to ask, how do they position themselves? I guess one of that would be getting knowledge on your prospects, on where you want to head to next. But I hope the knowledge is not too expensive. That will also be a consideration.
Absolutely. So thanks. For example, I speak as a financial inclusion expert in terms of access to finance. And like I said, the program that Chartered Institute of Bankers has introduced, they've been magnanimous enough, first of all, to reduce the cost of membership of CIBN, because they know that most of these POS agents on the field today, a lot of them just have school certs. So school cert has been made an entry. And then the membership fee has been reduced to as little as 5,000 naira. So these things have already been made affordable. Most certification programs of that nature cost about 100,000. It has been reduced to 20,000 naira, so that every young person who sees opportunity in this government's continuous statement that, look, we're going to make credit accessible to millions of Nigerians, if they see that opportunity, they will upgrade themselves at minimal cost. We're talking of about 30,000 naira for something that would have cost 120,000. And then I will encourage communities as well. You see, government is not on its own. We have a church that came forward and said, look, this program sounds good. We're going to train 1,000 of our youths so that they can be in their village and they can help local people to access all these palliatives that we're just hearing in the news. Those are practical steps. So if you are a community leader, if you're a politician and you want to empower your youth, start with agency banking certification, because that is where the money is. Let us follow the money.
All right, thank you so much. We'll certainly follow the money. Very necessary. Mr. Shola Bikesworth, President of the Society for Agent Banking in Nigeria, also a financial inclusion expert. Thank you for sharing those views and opportunities with us this morning. I do believe some people are watching and will follow up, to take advantage of these opportunities. Thank you for your time.
It's a pleasure.